How's it going, YouTube? Prisco YGO here, and I'm finally back to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And now content creation. If you saw the previous video that was posted yesterday, my boy Joey, he got top 8 playing the Voice Melodious deck. And if you couldn't already tell, I went to that regional, and I actually did fairly well. I secured the invite, which was what my goal was. Would have been nice to top. I almost had a topping record, but in my final round, kind of fumbled. I didn't fumble. I think I played correctly, but in game 3, I got hit with a Secret Village of the Spellcasters, and I had 5 spells in hand, so not much I could do there. But it is what it is. And I am here to show you what I played. My record was 5-1 at the end of after 8 rounds, and I can go over my matchups and everything at the end of the video. But I do want to go over the deck list. This deck was performing surprisingly well. Even for somebody like me who is not the best player in the world, especially after taking like a 2-year hiatus. I feel like this was a good deck, and it felt good to play. So with that being said, let's get into the deck profile. Also, if you see there's a bassinet. I know before we get started, there's a bassinet behind me and a baby chair. So just a little life update. Another reason why it took so long for me to come back is I had a baby. I had a new baby boy come into my life, and anybody who knows me knows that his name that I chose means a lot to me. His name is Cade Alexander, and yeah, I'll put a picture of him here so you guys can see him. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. So starting off with the main deck, the 3 Pydra, the 3 Chandra, and the 3 Fadra. So these cards are actually just broken, right? I don't think I'm gonna go into too much detail. Most people probably know what these do by now, but just quick synchro in the battle phase. I take no damage, destroyed by battle. I can do things in the damage step. This deck is just super fun, and it's really easy to pilot, at least for the main combo lines. As far as like picking apart your opponent's board and sequencing cards and stuff like that, like that's where the real technical play comes in. And I think that that's where this deck shines, because there is so much room for the non-engine to be so flexible. You know, this deck can just easily be a powerhouse, and I think it is. It's 100% a powerhouse. So to go along with it, I did play the 1 Magnemut. I kind of wish I played I'm playing them in the sides. I kind of wish I played the Druist Worms, like 3 Druist Worms in the main deck along with the Magnemut, because there's so many times where they're just free to be on the board. And because of their leveling being 6s, that actually works out well with the synchro plays. So I think this is just really good to have. And in general, it also just, you know, you can summon it off of the seals and you know, search whatever card in end phase and stuff like that if you're forced to go first. But just a great card. A card I wish I saw more often, but every time it did come up, it was just awesome. The Fenrir here, just perfect. Everything about it was perfect. It came up so much. I kind of wish I played 3, but I'm happy I didn't, because a lot of the times I would go like special the Fenrir search, activate the field spell, and then just discard the second Fenrir so that I didn't give away any information. Also, discarding the second Fenrir made it so that like the other cards in my hand were still, like, depending on what they were, could still be used. So Fenrir by himself, just great. I don't think I need to explain him too much. As for hand traps, we're playing the 3 Ash, the MVP of the deck, Ghost Ogre, and Veiler, which 100% I am taking these cards out. And if I'm being 100% honest, I think Veiler needs to come out, and the imperms need to go in, because there were times where this was just a dead card in my hand. Plus, because Veiler like can't be used in conjunction with Shifter, it just wasn't worth it, because either you're shotgunning the Shifter or you're holding on to the Veiler, so it just doesn't really work out. So I think replacing them with imperms is definitely good. I mean, it came up a few times. There was a times where I banished my own Veiler off my Magnuma just so I can have the body on the field in the end phase. And then get the immediate search for, you know, an engine card if I didn't have one. It is 100% cuttable. Play Imperm. That's pretty much it for the monsters. For the spells, we're playing the 3 Summoning, 3 Kaiman, 3 Prosperity for consistency, and that's pretty much engine, like obviously aside from the hand traps and the Fenrir. This is pretty much all of the engine cards. For non-engine spells, I'm playing 3 Chalice and 3 Droplet. I think both of these cards are just really good. Obviously this one being the better, especially when you combine it with the 2 Lightning Storm here, or even the Harpies. These cards put in so much work to just break boards, clear the field, ensure I have game. Honestly, I wouldn't take out Chalice. I think Chalice is a staple and it needs to stay in the deck. That's my personal opinion. Some people are going to tell you otherwise, but it's all good. Final one-ofs, Terraforming, Change of Heart came up quite a lot. Force out your negate or get a free body on the board. Like, what do you know, can't go wrong. And then 1 Rivalry, this actually didn't come up at all. So this is my 41st card. I might just straight up take this out. I can see its like usage. I can see it being a good card. But I can easily just be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to play it. This got cited out almost every game. And the games that I left it in because I was like, this is useful and I know I'm going first. Yeah, it didn't come up like at all. So, let's go to the extra deck. We got the 1 Striker Dragon, 1 Seals, 1 Hida, Princess, Raging Phoenix, Zelantis. These links obviously are just goated. Seals, I made Seals every game. Other than the games where I OTK'd going second, you know, go figure. Fun fact, I really didn't think I was going to need the OTK package here. I was like, you know, this feels like a little bit too, it doesn't feel good, right, playing these. But then, like, I was really worried that I'm going to get hit with D-Barrier because of how popular it is. And so I was like, the only way to play through a D-Barrier is to play Lynx. And honestly, I'm really happy they did. I thought, you know, Hida, you know, I need a fire in the grave in order for it to actually go through, or, you know, Princess or your opponent needs to have some type of monster presence on board. Or if your opponent didn't ash you or something, it's not going to come up. Round 1, I'm playing against you, Bell. And he had the, I think whatever the Unchained Dog is, the fire one, I think it's Shyama. He had that engraved. He established a board and I was like, okay, well, and then he goes, set some cards. I had a feeling it was a D-Barrier. I had Lightning Storm in my opening hand, so I go Lightning Storm, forces out the D-Barrier. Now, granted, any good player is going to wait on the D-Barrier to go into, for you to go in battle phase, right? If you could force out the D-Barrier, like with Lightning Storm or Harpies or what have you, then like this is just so good to have. Then again, it was also the only time I did this line the entire day. So I told myself I wasn't going to need it, ended up needing it in round 1 and then not needing it the rest of the day. Better to have it, not need it, and need it than to need it and not have it. So yeah, other than that, Striker Gen didn't come up at all. It is what it is. I feel like this is better if you're playing the IP. I chose not to play IP in my list here, but I just played it just to play it, I guess, but it is what it is. As far as the synchros go, I played the Rose Dragon, Moonlight. Ancient Fairy Dragon actually didn't come up at all, and I only played this specifically for 1 card in the side deck, which I'll show you afterwards, but there was times where I could have just made this going first, right, and then search my field spell, link off into Seals, and then, you know, pass turn. But I didn't. There was no moment where I really felt like I was gonna need this card. So another cuttable card, yes. Probably gonna play like a Kiwi Belt or something else, maybe like a Ruddy Rose. For the rest of the synchros, obviously the Meteor Burst. I made this a couple times, pretty much got me where I needed to go. Double Bident, 1 Transcendence, 1 Trident Dragion. Honestly, shout out to Art Rodriguez, the owner of Imperio, for letting me borrow his Trident Dragion. Trident Dragion, every game I made it, I won. Transcendence, there was times where I made this with the field spell up. I made this in main 1, and then go into battle phase while I still had gas in hand to stop my opponent from being able to activate certain things, or anything at all. And same thing with the Meteor Burst. And yeah, no, it was just straight up GG. If I can establish the Transcendence, GG. Side deck, D-shifter. Every time I saw it, I won the game. It was great. Double Druis Worm and 1 Baldrake. I wanted to play a 3rd Druis Worm, but I submitted my deck list the night before, and I couldn't find a 3rd Druis Worm. And I had Baldrake, so I was just like, I'm just going to throw this in there. Hopefully it serves the same purpose. And it does what I need it to do. It came up once or twice. I didn't use the on-field effect, but I definitely got it to banish some cards out of my opponent's graveyard. Really wish it was the Druis Worm, but, you know, I'll take it for what it is. Heat Wave. I learned my lesson against my boy Mike Zamiti. Every chance I have to activate this card, especially if I'm getting forced to go first, or you know, not activate it. Just fucking activate it and pass turn. This is gonna win you the game. Like, they can't establish a board whatsoever. It was great. Card came up so much. Double Cosmic. Yeah, card's insane. So I don't think I need to explain that. The card I was going to be searching off the Ancient Fairy Dragon is the Necro Valley. Also, shout out to the homie Logan JYA. He is the one who gave me this Necro Valley. This is not focused whatsoever. He gave me this Necro Valley. Those are his initials right there. I've held on to this for years since he gave it to me, and I don't ever plan on getting rid of it. So shout out to the homie. I love you, buddy. This came up like once or twice. And then the final card is D-Barrier. Every time I saw this card, again, I kind of just won. Like, because if I'm siding it into again in a matchup, it means that this is gonna be a really like a game changer, and it was. And so I'm gonna do like a brief overview of like what my matches were, so you guys can see. All right, so I'm gonna post a screenshot of what my matchups were, like up here somewhere, probably covering the mess that I have. I did just move, so like forgive me for having shit in the background that's just so unorganized, but whatever. So it was the Hartford Regional, in case I didn't say anything or didn't mention that before. Round 1, I go up against Ubel. I won that game 2-1, and I won the die roll. I actually won a lot of my die rolls that day. So game 1, now forgive me, my memory might be a little foggy, but game 1 was over pretty quickly. I won the die roll. I made him go first. The one thing I will say about Tenpai, if I like win the die roll and I say, yeah, you can go first, it's like a dead giveaway. Oh yeah, you're playing Tenpai. Okay, yeah, sure. No, I'm not playing Tenpai. I'm playing fucking Kaiju Control. Yeah, Kaiju Gradle Control, because that's a go second down. I don't fucking know, dude. But it's a dead giveaway, right? So pretty much everybody I won the die roll against, especially as someone like me who I always lose my die rolls. I was expecting to lose my die rolls a lot, which is why I wanted to play this deck. Yeah, nah, I didn't lose my fucking die rolls. Like, it was bad. Actually, it was good, but like bad in my case, because people automatically knew what to play, how to play against me. So I don't remember game 1 too much. All I know is that round 1, I lost 2-1. Game 2, I won 2-1. Game 2, I dropped. I lost it because I didn't really open up too well. Board breakers, no engine, stuff like that. Like, there's not much I can do there, right? So I was able to like build some sort of a board, kind of break his a little bit, but I couldn't get over the fusion. And I was like, damn, like if I would have saw like a droplet or like something like that, like I probably would have been okay. But I just couldn't clear it, which obviously cost me the game. So I scooped it up, go to game 3, and that my round was over in like 20 minutes, to be honest. Round 2, I'm playing against Lab. Round 3, I played against Snake Eyes. This is probably the quickest 2-0 that I got all day. And then I don't think he opened up that well, to be 100% honest. I think he just set 2 cards and passed. So I was able to OTK there. We go into game 2. Draw phase wanted. I chain Veiler, or not Veiler. I chain Shifter. And then he like couldn't play, so he just passed. And I go, normal summon Chandra. And he's like, yeah, you got it. Game was over in less than 10 minutes. I remember I go up to my buddy Ryan. Shout out to, by the way, shout out to fucking Ryan for testing with me all night the night before. We were up until, I want to say like at least 1 a.m. just play testing the night before. Yeah, no, shout out to Ryan for testing with me. That was fucking goated of him to do. I walked up to him after my game was over, after my match was over, and he was like, yo, what's up? Wait, what? I was like, yeah, no, I got it. He was like, that was fucking fast. Bro, running theme the entire day is all my games were over super quickly. This video is already longer than I wanted it to be, so I'm gonna kind of run through this really quickly. Round 4, I took my first loss in the mirror match against Tenpai. Shout out to that guy. I forgot his name, but shout out to him. He was actually really good with the deck. He knew a couple of plays that I didn't know how to do, so, you know, good on him. Round 5, I played against Horse Stun. I won 2-0, and I won that die roll, and I won the last die roll too. Round 6, I played against Memento. That was my draw for the day. 1-1, I won the die roll. Round 7, Centurion, 2-1. I lost the die roll. I won against Centurion, although that was a bit of a grind. But just I opened so many hand traps. And then round 8 against Pure Horus, I lost 1-2. Game 3, he goes Secret Village. He like sets up. I'm gonna say this. He set up like 4 horse monsters or 5 horse monsters, something like that, and like no cards set in the back row, and then Secret Village of the Spellcasters. I had 4 spells, and I had 3 spells in hand and double Ogre. I tried using Ogre, but then he had a called by, so the second Ogre in my hand was dead. And then so he activated Secret Village and passed. My top deck was Harpy's Feather Duster. I couldn't get to like a Hida or anything because I had no monsters. Aside from that, I had a lot of fun. This being my second regional back. I did go to the Springfield Regional a few weeks back, and I was playing like Horus, Orchist, Bestial. I did okay for a little while, but like it was bad. I think I ended, it was 7, I want to say 7 rounds, and I got 3 wins, 4 losses, but I played until the end because I just wanted the experience. And for what it was okay. For this being my second regional back and already securing my invite after taking a 2-year hiatus from not only just content creation, but also just Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Yeah, I think it was great. I had a fucking blast. Definitely gonna see me at the next one. The next chance I go to another regional, I'm going. Even though I've already got my invite, I want to get a top now. So, and I think that with my record, if I had won my last round, I would have gotten top 8. So, regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for stopping by and watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.